This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We do want to interact with you live on the show. Our Facebook Live is a great place to leave your comments. You post a comment, we will respond in time. And Angel, you know, one of the things that I think so many companies are struggling with, especially e-commerce companies, are how to handle their fulfillment, because not everybody can be Amazon.
Well, no, not everybody can be Amazon, but these days it's so much easier to open stores online than ever before. Platforms like Shopify, BigCommerce, even Etsy make it so simple for you to have your online retail store. But our next guest says there are a few pitfalls that you need to be aware of that await you once some success is finally achieved. This is why Aaron Rubin and Nicholas Daniel Richards created Ship Hero, which is a cloud-based paperless platform that manages inventory, fulfillment, and shipping, taking care of all the operations after the sale and tracking all of it and making sure that you've actually got a successful business and not something that's going to flop. Nicholas Daniel Richards, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Hello, I'm impressed that you can actually say my name.
Well, it helps that you have three first names.
Yeah. That doesn't even include the two middle names either. So well done there. What happens when you're British?
Well, thank you for taking time out of your day, Nicholas, to join us. Let's talk about some of the fulfillment issues that maybe a smaller business, otherwise successful, but moving into the online fulfillment side, what type of issues do they face?
Well, I mean, it's surprising, but you'd think that just building your online shop would be the easy bit, and that's all you'd have to do. And that's actually true. So like Shopify and BigCommerce, and as you said, Etsy and eBay, and you can even sell on Amazon, all that stuff's really easy. But where it sort of gets a bit more challenging is what are the things that you're actually selling? So that's your inventory. And then those orders that you're getting, once you go beyond a couple of customers per day, it can get actually pretty complicated. And one of the things that you run into is, you know, if a customer is on the East Coast, if a customer is international, every single order you want to be able to ship to them the cheapest, because that's where you're making a bit of your money, is making sure you're not overspending on a shipping label. Sure. So trying to ship an order to all these different locations, you're going to have to look up online. Is it USPS? Is it FedEx? Is it DHL? So you're going to have to do all these manual things. And basically what Ship Hero does is all you have to do is you get the order. It tells you what to pick. You put it in a box. You print. You hit a button that says print label. And Ship Hero will automatically figure out what shipping carrier has the cheapest label to print to get it there. Make sure it's deducted from your inventory, and you're done.
All right.
That's really where it's at.
That's really nice. When I think about being the consumer side of that, you know, the shipping costs, though, don't typically, I mean, sometimes they change. Don't you have to tell the consumer at the point of order how much their shipping is going to be? You don't have the luxury of waiting until after the order. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. So in many cases, especially if you're competing against Amazon, I'm not sure if you guys are Amazon Prime customers. I know I am.
We are, sure.
Yeah, who isn't?
Yeah, right. It looks like everybody, thank you, Jeff Bezos, for getting everybody on Amazon Prime. So we're all used to this idea of free shipping and 2-day free shipping, right? So if you're a small business owner, you're competing against that. And in some cases, you're willing as a customer, you'll pay for shipping, especially if you can't get it on Amazon and you go into a site, you'll pay for shipping if it's not too outrageous and you get it quickly. But in many cases, you're expecting that same level. You're expecting free shipping. So the calculation that is happening on the site, if you're seeing a cost, that's the calculation in most cases that's made at the time. Then it's up to the e-commerce company to make sure at the minimum that when you ship that order, you're not spending more than what you got for the label.
Right.
So if you charge the customer $2, you're not spending $10 to ship it because you're going to lose $8. That all makes sense. But in many cases, if the customer is actually getting free shipping, you're making a calculation of sort of, okay, I know that the majority of my orders are going to cost this much in terms of shipping. I add that to my cost and sort of hide it in the cost, and the customer believes they're getting free shipping. So it's down to you to be as efficient as possible when it comes to getting that order out. So if it's costing you a few bucks, that's the cost of business. Right. You can get the order shipped out and it's free. But that's not an easy thing to do if you've got 30 or 40 orders per day and each one you're having to do manually.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. And I'm aware that our time is slipping away quickly, so maybe this may be our final question for you today. But when we're talking about e-commerce companies handling an unexpected influx of orders, the question comes to us on a regular basis. I'm going to show up on your show. What happens if it's successful? If people start calling in, or you have a run on something that has gone viral, how does a small company adapt and survive through something like that?
So that is probably 95% of our customers. 95% of our customers are those that have figured out how to sell online. They've got something that's hugely popular, and now they're dealing with scale. And so, you get into the very small numbers. If you're managing a couple of products in a room and you're shipping a few orders per day, you can manage that. But as soon as you have maybe multiple people in your warehouse, or you're going big, there seems to be a magic number of about 25 to 30 orders per day. Conversation after conversation, we see that number as that's the wall that people hit, and all of a sudden people are running around with their heads on fire. And so if you put a platform in place, and obviously shameless plug for ShipHero and British accents everywhere, but if you put the product into place, then you can scale. The only thing you have to worry about is what you're going to spend your money on when you make your profits, I guess.
Oh, those are fun problems to have.
That's a pretty good plug right there.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So, Nicholas, how do you want people to get some information and follow you and check out ShipHero?
Oh, just go to shiphero.com. I know the way I say ShipHero, it sounds like it's a law firm, but it's just ShipHero as in the hero of shipping, .com, and it's all there. You just go from there. You can speak to any member of our team. You may be unlucky enough to have to speak to me. But yeah, we're all there. We're ready to help.
Well, Nicholas, I was counting ourselves pretty lucky to be able to speak to you. You did very well, not only representing your product, but covering the issues that are affecting most of our small businesses these days. So thank you for being on the show. We appreciate you.
And I really appreciate you and the fact that you got through all of those syllables and first names. I appreciate it.
Well, I will make sure that whenever we talk about ShipHero, we also talk about Nicholas Daniel Richards. Nicholas, thanks so much for being our guest today.
You're welcome, guys. 12 more steps, please.
All right. 12 more steps.
I love it. He addressed the elephant in the room. We are competing against Amazon. Let ShipHero make you more competitive.
Absolutely. We will be back right after these messages. You are listening to Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, helping you build your brand right here on the radio. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.